Hi guys, Abs here and welcome to this video. So in the last video, I shared a strategy with you that showed you how you're able to boost your Google rankings with Google's own authority and Google's own power using Google's own properties. And the property that we explored was Google Sites at sites.google.com. I showed you the authority that the website or the subdomain holds, and I also mentioned to you that when we create sites on Google Sites, then our website is actually hosted on sites.google.com, and we don't actually get a separate subdomain. What this means is that we're able to leverage this authority onto the Google Sites that we create, and then we're able to use that authority and send it to our own properties to rank even higher. But what's really cool about Google Sites is the way that they actually rank inside of Google as well. So we explored and looked at data from SEMrush. We looked at the millions of organic search traffic that Google Sites gets, the millions of keywords that it actually ranks for, and we actually explored some of the keywords as well, and we looked firsthand to see exactly how these sites are ranking inside of Google. I then went on and I showed you exactly how to get maximum benefits when using Google Sites and when using other Google properties and interlinking them together. We looked at how we can work with Google Documents and Google Drive and Google Sheets and Google Slides, and interlink them to create a Google stack, which becomes even more powerful when sending over the authority to our own properties. And we expanded on that and looked at how to create a tiered linking structure using Google Sites and Google Stacks. And then we looked at how we can use this and make it look even more natural by using different Google accounts for the Google Sites and Google Stacks as well. And how we can use content relevancy to boost the relevancy of the actual linking or the link that we're getting, and how we can use the stack to boost the authority so we get a nice contextually rich or contextually relevant authority link when pointing back to our sites. Now obviously this is a little bit time consuming, it's a little bit complex as well, and I made notes that I'm going to be showing you our latest software that automates the entire process for you. It actually works with 4 strategies, interlinking strategies, which interlinks everything for you, which I'm going to be demonstrating to you in a moment. But first of all, what I want to do is really quickly go over and show you what the software is going to be doing, so that it's going to help me better explain what's going on when we actually go ahead and look at the demo of the software. So I've created this quick image to show you exactly what's going on. So you're going to be able to create G sites across multiple different Google accounts. Now you're going to be able to, when you go ahead and create the sites, you're going to be able to select whatever account you want to create the site on. You can create multiple sites per the account, or you can create individual sites on each individual account as well. And then you're going to select a strategy that you want to work with, one of 4 powerful strategies, and then the software is going to go ahead and interlink everything for you and knit it all together really nicely so that you're going to be able to go ahead and post onto these Google sites. It's going to be like a platform for you to go ahead and promote whatever you want on there. And then every post that the software makes onto these Google sites, it also goes ahead and creates a Google document, it creates a Google slide, it creates a PDF document with your sitemap on there, and it updates that onto the drive, and it also creates a Google Sheets with all of your links in there as well. And then you're going to have a nice solid Google stack that's going to be ready to promote your own websites, your own Google My Business listings, your GMBs, your videos, and whatever it is that you want to promote. Okay, so once you're inside of the software, you have 3 tabs that you can work with. You got account management, you got create sites, and you have manage sites as well. So I'm going to take you through each one so you can see exactly how this actually works. So in account management, this is where you're going to add your Gmail accounts. Okay, you can add multiple Gmail accounts, and then when you come to create your sites, you're going to be able to select what Gmail account you actually want to go ahead and create that site on. And when you come to add an account, then you can actually add the account behind a proxy as well, which is absolutely brilliant. And you can name your accounts as well. So as you can see, I've named this one 1, I've named this one number 2, and when you come to actually select what account you want to create them on, then you're going to be able to select them from the name. Okay, there's more things you can do in here as well. So for example, you've got this AI content section where you can work with ChatGPT, or you can work with Bing AI as well, which uses a form of GPT-4, and you can also work with a fully sized what you see is what you get editor, which allows you to design your content and style it the way you like, and then you can go ahead and save it to a text file and post it to your Google sites. Alternatively, you can create your content any other way and use it inside of here as well. So you can create your sites individually, one at a time, or you can go ahead and use the wizard. Now, when you're using the wizard, it's a stack wizard. This is when you're going to be able to do all of this magic that I actually mentioned to you on the slide. So we'll go ahead and work with the wizard. And the first thing I'm going to do is create a group. In fact, I think I've got a group down here that doesn't have nothing inside of it. It's called kitchen. So we'll use this one here called kitchen. I'm going to say, yes, I want to use strategies. And in the strategies, we just select one of 4. So we've got 4 strategies down here. If we click on preview, we can see strategy number 1 has one tiered 1 property. So this will be a tier 1 Google site. And then you'll have multiple tier 2 Google sites, which are linking back to your tier 1 Google site, which then you can control and link back to your own money site. Or you can have tier 2, you have one tier 1 strategy, one tier 1 Google site, a tier 2 Google site, and then you have as many tier 3 Google sites as you like. And then you have tier 4, strategy 3 and strategy 4. Okay, so we'll go ahead with strategy number 1. Again, this is only one tiered 1 property and as many tier 2s as we like. So I'm going to go ahead and add kitchens taps. Now, this is going to be the name of the site, and if the name isn't available, then the software will add some random characters to make it force the publishing. So we'll go ahead and select our first Google account. Okay, and I'm going to use a random template. I'm going to click on add, and I'm going to go ahead and do 1, and we'll use a different Google account this time, and this is going to be a tier 2, and we'll do another Google account, and we'll do another Google account here as well. Okay, I could go ahead and add more if I wanted to, so I could go ahead and add another one if I wanted to on this one as well. Okay, I can go ahead and click on add, and as you can see, it's added down here, and I can continue to do this, but I don't want to do this. And what we can do here as well is we can go into each individual setting and add whatever content we want to post for this using that, but we're not going to be using this one here. But because everything here is about our main topic, which is about plumbing, then I can use the global settings. And this is exactly what I tried to mention down here. We're looking for not only the authority being stacked down and passed down, but we're also looking for the topical relevancy as well. So as you can see, we've got premium coffee, organic coffee, coffee beans, coffee machines, and this is the kind of structure that I'm going to be building my Google sites around. So I'm going to go over to settings, and I'm not going to be telling you what I'm doing here because I've already got everything made, but I do go over everything in the best practice videos, and I'll show you exactly how to do this. But anyway, I'm adding some videos, I'm adding some images, I'm adding some content, I'm adding a Google map. I'm telling the software to add an image, add one image. I could add multiple images if I wanted to. I'm just going to tell it to add one video, add one iframe as well. You don't have to. If you don't want to, you can set it down to 0 as well if you wanted to. I'm going to say use content blocks and use random styles. For the content blocks, I'm going to quickly add some images. This just makes it look a little bit nicer and makes the site look a little bit more presentable as well. Not that we really care, but yeah, it does make it look much nicer. So anyway, I'm going to click on update, and I'm going to click on create sites. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this go through and create the first site, and I'm going to talk you through it and show you exactly what's happening. And then I'll put myself on mute, and then we can go ahead and I can speed up the video a little bit to make this video a little bit faster. But anyway, what the software does, Google Sites doesn't have an API, unfortunately, so we have to use like this internal browser that we automate with the like what you're seeing right in front of you. And when we go and post it, we do that as well. But all the Google Documents and Google Slides and everything uses an API, which is brilliant. So it just makes it much more faster as well. But this is setting up the site for us. What it's doing is it's added a random header image. It's added our title in there as well. It's selected a template as well for us to use, and as you can see, it's adding some random block styles here as well. This is the content block. It's going ahead and adding a content block for us here as well. This was the keyword that I added, and this is the description for that keyword that I added here as well. So it's just like pipe leak, water escaping from, I don't know, a pipe or something. So it's going ahead and adding the image for us inside of this content block as well. Sometimes it chooses a single content block like this with one image. Sometimes it chooses 2 content blocks, so you'll have 2 images or side by side as well, which is really good. Okay, so I'm not speeding this up or doing anything like that. I'm letting you see exactly what the speed is at the moment. And then later on, when I stop speaking, after the first site's created, I'll go ahead and speed it up, because then it'd be, it'll just save us some time down here as well. So what the software does, it adds a content block, it adds an image, it'll add content first, and then it'll add an image, it'll add content, it'll add a content block, it'll add a video, it'll add a text block again, it'll add a Google map. So it does everything so that it looks nice and random, and it looks like it's built up by, by taking a bit of time, as opposed to embedding everything into the article. And it randomly selects all the content blocks and everything for us, and randomly selects all of the styles as well. So it's adding a map here now. That's giving the map a little bit of a style there as well. And now it's going ahead and actually publishing this. Okay, and what it's doing there, if you can see a little status, is saying creating drives on cloud. So behind the scenes now, in the background, it's actually going ahead and creating the drive, creating the document, creating the slides, creating the spreadsheet, creating the PDF sitemap and everything, and putting it on there. So this is going over to the second site now, and it's going ahead and creating the second one for us. So I'm going to put myself on mute so then I can speed this up, so then you can see exactly what's going on, but with a bit more speed. Okay, so there you have it. And what the software is doing now is just finishing up the final drive selection and creation that it's doing. So it's creating the drives and it's creating the PDF. You'll see in a moment it's going to go over to Sheets, and then it's going to go over to Documents, then Slides and what have you. So what the software is, let this complete, and then I'll actually close out of it, and then we'll go ahead and have a look at everything as well. Okay, and it's completed. So I'm going to close out of here. We added this into the group called Kitchen. So I'm going to go over to Manage Sites now, and I'm going to go ahead and we can see them down here now. So here are the websites. So we got Kitchen Taps 1, Kitchens Taps 2, and Kitchens Taps 3 on account number 1, 2, 3, and 4. We can actually have a look at these. So we'll go ahead and copy the URL. And what I'll do is I'll go over to here. So this was the first website that it created. Okay, and I'll show you exactly how we can edit everything on here in a moment. So it's taking a little bit of time to load. I think my net is a little bit slow. So this is actually a map. Okay, so this was the first website it created. And for this website, if I right click it and go over to settings, we can now see a bunch of things down here. So we can see a sitemap. So I can click on the sitemap. It'll open up the sitemap. I click on here. And what we can see down here is we have one URL. This goes over to the actual website. Okay, we have another URL here, which goes, and then it links out to the sitemap, the sheets, the docs, and the slides. So if I go over to the sheets now, and open up the sheets, you can see in the sheets we'll have our URLs coming down here and our drive and our everything down here. Okay, drive, slides and documents folders down here. And now if I go over to the documents, this is our documents folder, and as you can see we've got a document in here, Peterborough services in Britain. And if we come down here, this also links to everything down here. Now the really cool thing about this one here is if I click on the slides link, this links to the actual slide. Okay, so as you can see down here, we've got the actual slide down here as well. Okay, and it ends with a nice little image. But if I go over to the actual sitemap and I go over to the slides, then it goes over to the actual document folder, kind of like, you know, the index folder. So yeah, this is what it does for you. So we can actually have a look at the next site. So I'll close out of this. We'll have a look at this site here. Copy URL. So this was the second site that it created for us, and this is actually Plumbers in Peterborough Dogsthorpe. Okay, and what we can do here as well is we can right click this, have a look at settings, and what we'll do is we'll actually go straight over to the documents, and we're going to have a look at this one here in Dogsthorpe, and we've got everything down there. Okay, we can actually have a look at the slides here as well. So this is the plumbing service in Peterborough Dogsthorpe. Okay, ends with a nice little image. So this is our stack created for us really, really nicely, and really, really easy and simply for us as well. And what you notice down here as well is because this is a tier 1, when I right click this, you can see that there's no interlink URL down here. If you wanted to add your website here, then you can do, and when you make use of adding internal link or interlinks, then it automatically add that for you. But these ones here are already set for you. So if I right click on here, and you can see this is already set for you here. So this is saying that this is going to link to kitchen taps, and kitchen taps is our tier 1 property. Okay, this one here is also going to link to kitchen taps because it's our tier 1 property. This one as well is going to link to kitchen taps because they're all using this strategy here. They're all linking to our tier 1. Okay, which is really, really cool. And if you wanted to manually change these, you can edit these as well, and that's why we've made them manually editable for you. But it's really, really cool what you can do with these as well. Now let's just say, for example, there was a site you didn't like. Now let's just go over to this site. Okay, let's just say, oh, I didn't like this contrast difference there. Oh, look at this. This one didn't even get the image added in there. I'm sure it got added, but I don't know why it didn't go in there. So we can rectify this really easily. All we have to do is click this button here. Okay, and it's going to automatically log us in, or we're already going to be logged in because it carries all over the sessions and everything, and it's going to take us over to that site. And then what we can do is we can go ahead and make the changes. So for example here, we didn't have an image, so I can click on here. Probably my internet's running really, really slow. Oh, look at that, it's saying the format of the image wasn't actually allowed. Oh, okay, so it looks like we've got a bit of an error on this one, unfortunately. Okay, but let's just say, for example, I didn't like this color here that we've used down here. I can come down here and I can say, you know what, I want to use style number 2. Okay, and on this one here, I want to say, you know what, I want to use style number 3. Okay, so you can make your changes in here as much as you want. And let's just say, for example, you wanted to add something in here as well. So let's just say you wanted to embed something like, I don't know, add something from your drive. Okay, so if we say, let's go ahead and take one of these URLs. Okay, we can actually use the drive from here, can't we? So if we just go to have a look at these and the date modified. Okay, if we add this, we'll say we want to add this. And what that does, that adds our document in there. Now, if we wanted to add our slide in here or something, we can go to Sheets, Docs, Sitemap, Slides. Here we go. And we can add our slide in here now as well. And if we wanted to, we can also move it around. Okay, and we can add a style to this as well if we wanted to. Okay, that doesn't look good with that other style there, does it? So we can add something like this, which is really, really cool. And I can go ahead and I can publish it. Okay, I'll go ahead and add my link in there as well if I wanted to. And that's really cool because now I can go ahead to this site as well if I wanted to. So I can go in here and I'm automatically logged in, and I can go ahead and I can make my own manual changes in there if I wanted to as well. So I don't have to click on any other sites because it just needs to get in here and then go in here for me. And I can come in here and I can make any changes that I want in here if I wanted to as well. The site that we changed just now was this one here. So let's just actually have a look at this website. So this is the website that we just added in the slide. Okay, so the slides look nice as well. Okay, if we come down here, we added in a document as well, didn't we? Okay, here's the website that we added in the document as well. Okay, and you can look at these in full view as well. Okay, and all of these are going to have our links on them as well. And let's just say, for example, on this tier 1 website now, I wanted to add my link in there manually. So I can come in here, I can click on this, and now it's going to take me into the tiered 1 property. Okay, and what I can do is I can go ahead and find a place to link out. So I can do plumbing, and I can add my link. You could do this through the software as well. I'm just telling you how you can do things manually as well. Okay, we'll do something like, I don't know, abbasravji.com. Okay, I don't want to do my own website, do I? So I'll just do something like, I don't know, youtube.com. Okay, okay, let's just do abbasravji.com. Then I'll come along and I'll take it out as well. Okay, abbasravji.com, click on apply. So my link's gone in there as well. I'm gonna click on publish. Click on publish again to make sure it gets published. So that's been published, and I can come down here now. I can click on F5. Oh no, we're on the tier 1 property now, aren't we? Okay, I can come down here and I can go over to that link, what we added. Where do we add that link? Here we go, plumbing. Okay, and what you can see down at the bottom there is it links over to my website. Okay, abbasravji.com, which is very, very slow. I think my internet's running really, really slow. And I actually have this plugin down here as well called No Follow, Do Follow. And I'll activate that. And you can see the link here. It's not highlighted. I'll click on F5. That's showing you that it's a do follow link. So I can actually inspect this, and we're going to have a look at this as well, guys. So you can see down here, this is the link here, target underscore blank, and it's given it a color, text decoration none. So it's a do follow link. So this is really, really cool, because now we're getting links, or we're able to get links from sites.google.com, which is absolutely fantastic, because the authority behind these domains is beautiful. But I'm going to come along here and I'm going to remove my link, because I don't want my website on there. And nope, I'll just double click that and delete it. Okay, and I'll publish it. Okay, so what we can do from here as well now is, now we can go ahead and post to each individual site one at a time if we wanted to, or we can select them all. Okay, and when we select them all, we can create a group post. And when we create a group post, we add all of our content, but then we have this settings section down here. And this settings section down here, the two areas that I want to speak to you about are tiered links. So then you're able to add your tiered links, and this is a link back to your tiered property automatically, and you're able to link back to the post that gets made, or you're able to link back to the home page, and you're able to use naked URLs or your own anchor text. And you can do the same for internal links as well. With internal links, you're able to control how many internal links you have, and these are internal links within the site. So let me just give you an example of some of the sites that I've created before as well, so you can take a look. I think not Plumber Demo, I think it was Plumbers New. I don't know how many posts I've created on these, but we can copy the URL. We can go over to some. Note this is only a one poster. I think it might have been video. No, you want video demo? Maybe it was. No, it wasn't this one as well. Maybe it was this one. Let me copy the URL. Yeah, okay, here we go. So I can go over to this post here. Okay, and okay, no, this was actually a post demo that I was trying to work with. Okay, so here you go. So you can see here, this is a post. It's an internal link. Okay, this is an internal link. Don't forget, this is a tier 1 property, guys. I should have showed you a tier 2 property, but this is an internal link. If I click on this, it takes me to the same site, but it's taking me to this page here, which is about Dogsthorpe. Okay, and that's the one that I showed you a minute ago. And this is another one here. They just look a little bit different, guys, because you know, we choose different content styles. But if you have a look at the header image, home image, and here's that image, it's all exactly the same header image. Okay, but what I'll do is I'll actually show you a different site instead. I will have a look at a tier 2. Okay, so let's have a look at is it this one? Yeah, this post here. Okay, this was the one that I didn't style as well, so I didn't add any content blocks in here. But let's have a look at this one here. So this one here is actually a link to the tiered 1 property. So if I click on here, this is going to tiered 1 property. Okay, this link here is actually an internal link. Okay, this link here is actually an internal link as well, which is absolutely brilliant, guys, because this now allows you to add links internally, which gets it fully optimized for Google, which Google actually wants. It's in the best practices as well, and it also allows you to get links to your tiered properties that do followed links, and it's really, really cool because you can log into each one and you can manually work with them as well. And when you come along to account management, okay, in fact what we'll do is we'll right click this. Let me just show you, for example, the docs. So as you can see, we've got multiple posts down here. Okay, and we can go into any one of these and we can have a look at these, and you can see the internal links come inside of here as well. And then you've got your link backs down here as well. And if we have a look at, well, you can see exactly how they look. You'll have multiple lines of these. In fact, we'll go back over to this here and we'll go to the sitemap so you can have a look at the sitemap. And you can see what the sitemap looks like. So here we go. Here's all of our posts inside of this site, and here's the links to our documents, our sites, and our sitemap, and our drive, and our slides. So yeah, this is exactly how this works, guys. And then what you can do as well from here is, if you want, you can go over to account management, and then you can log into any one of these that you want as well. You just click on one, and it'll automatically have you logged in. And from here, you can manually make changes. You can manually go ahead and make sites and add sites if you want as well. You can go into the site if you wanted to, and you can go ahead and make changes this way as well. It's entirely up to you how you want to do it. Some of these sites look really, really great, guys. And we've got some phenomenal updates that we have planned to add to this as well. So let me take you back over to the slide. I think you got a good demo of exactly how this works. And then what you do, guys, is when you've created your sites, you're not going to create sites all the time because you're going to want to go and post content to them as well. You come down here and then you choose, like I did here, you can choose these sites. You can go ahead and then you can go and post content to them. Okay, and then you can come along, you might have another site, you might have another stack built for something else. In fact, you can continue to add to these here, guys. And the way you do that is you go to create sites, you go to the wizard, you select exactly the same group, and you'd add all your tiered properties down here, and it'll go ahead and add them for you. So you can create stacks upon stacks, and every single one of these, as you can see, they all have their own stacks down here as well. So anyway, let me go back over to the presentation and let me show you exactly what we have to come inside of GLinkzPro as well. So with GLinkzPro, guys, nothing comes close to what GLinkzPro can do, and you can expect the software to only get better with time, like all of our softwares do, guys. So we've already got some updates that we are planning to add to this. So we call this GLinkzPro, guys, because it works with Google properties, and it only makes sense for us to add Blogger. Now, the really cool thing about Blogger is we're able to work with the Blogger API, so we're not going to have to manually, we're not going to have to watch all of these images get added on that, because we'll be able to get that done through the API, just like how we've done the Google Slides and the Google Docs and everything. So we're going to be adding Blogger in here as well, guys. So when it comes over to you working with the wizard, what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to not only select your Google account, you're not going to be able to select just your Google account. You'll be able to tell it if it's a blogger, and if it's a blogger, what blogger account do you want to add to the stack as well, which is absolutely brilliant. And then you're going to have Google Drawings as well. So we're trying to implement Google Drawings, just like you have Google Slides and you have the Google Docs. We're going to try and have Google Drawings for each post as well. We're also trying to work with custom templates, so then you can add your own templates and work with them as well. And we're also trying to work with embeddable drive options as well. So if you saw this example that I showed you here, I think it was this one. Let's have a look. Let's go over to this site. Was it this one? Okay, it wasn't this one. It was the one that we added the Google document and then we added the Google Slides inside of it. So we're trying to do it. So I'm going to try and get it done so that it will automatically go ahead and do that for us as well. And we've got so many more things that we're going to be adding to this as well, guys. So anyway, this is one tool that you want to keep your eye on. So keep a lookout for our email, because we're going to be going live soon. We're going to have a special discounted offer for the launch period. So yeah, keep a lookout for your email, because we're going to be going live, and I'll be informing you about
about it, and you're going to be able to get your hands on the GLinkzPro. And as you can see, guys, you know, I've already, just in testing, you know, I'm creating not hundreds, but I'm creating loads of accounts down here. In fact, I've got multiple versions of this software down here, guys. So if I opened up this one down here, I've got multiple accounts in there as well. So this is just my test one. So all of these accounts you see down here, guys, are all just in tests, ones that I'm just testing with, and then I do have other ones that I've been working with as well. Hopefully I'll be able to reveal them to you as well soon. So keep a lookout for our email, because this is one tool that you're not going to want to miss. Thank you very much for your time, and I really hope you enjoy this video.